Built in 1632, this magnificent structure is the oldest stone-built windmill in Britain. Which county is it in? Find out in just a moment.
On today's show, my mission is to find a dream home in the country for one buyer and her beloved dog. And she's brought along a good friend to help make the decision. Our property search gives rise to a curious question.
Is this a real house?
It's a real house. It's really for sale.
Oh, my.
As well as some very enthusiastic reactions.
Oh, Maggie. Ooh.
Today we're in Warwickshire, and this is the Chesterton Windmill. Attributed to the architect Inigo Jones, it has these rather amazing 6 arches underneath, not just for architectural merit, but also to help the flow of the wind, which then aids the speedy turning of the sails. Also has a very ingenious cap, which could be manually moved to face the wind, and it really worked. It was in service for 278 years and only closed down in 1910. But it's not the only amazing thing in this county.
Landlocked Warwickshire lies in the heart of England and is bordered by no less than 7 other counties, including Oxfordshire, Gloucestershire and Worcestershire. The county has some of the most attractive towns and villages in England, set among beautiful countryside. Leamington Spa, named after the River Lem, which flows through the town, was originally a village known as Leamington Priors. But in 1784, its medieval saline springs were rediscovered, and a public bathhouse was built for the great and the good to take the waters. This fashion led to its growth into a town in the 19th century. To the south, the landscape is characterised by the gently rolling Cotswold Hills, which start in the historic village of Ilmington, known for its wealth of period architecture built from the region's mellow, honey-coloured stone. Above the village, Ilmington Down is the highest point in Warwickshire and gives a 360-degree panoramic view of the surrounding countryside.
Let's talk money. The average price for a detached property in Warwickshire is just over £271,000. That's £17,500 above the national figure. But as so often in a county like this, there's a north-south divide. In the south of the county, close to the ever-popular Cotswolds and with good transport links up to Birmingham and down to London, this can be more expensive. However, in the north, particularly around Bedworth and Nuneaton, you get more for your money, although there are pricey little villages around Leamington. But wherever you are, north or south, there's a wide selection of architectural styles.
The south of the county is home to a number of villages and small market towns lying among the northern Cotswold Hills. Properties here are built from the local limestone and often date back to the 16th century, when the region's wool trade was at its peak. A typical 3-bedroom cottage in Ilmington would cost you around £325,000. Around the Stratford-upon-Avon area, you'll find many stunning examples of timber-framed properties dating back to the Tudor times. It was during this period the chimney stack first came into common usage. This 2-bedroom end-of-terrace period cottage in Henley in Arden is on the market for just under £300,000.
Plenty to please the architectural palette there, but will it tickle the taste buds of our buyer today? Let's meet her.
For the past 14 years, Norma has lived in her 2-bed, 19th century house in the London commuter belt town of Walton-on-Thames. She previously resided for some years in a countryside home in Canada, and now she's planning a return to a rural lifestyle.
I'm happy to say I took early retirement in March, and now it's time to move to be somewhere else. You know, being around farmland, just the whole bit.
Going along with her will be 7-month-old puppy Kerry, who has helped Norma meet friends in the town while out walking. Not least neighbour Maggie, who will be accompanying Norma in her house search.
I've always liked going around looking at show houses, and I just find them fascinating, actually. And, you know, it's just lovely to see places for Norma to look at that
Could be exciting.
could be exciting, yes.
I think Margaret will be a great benefit to me. I think she'll help me to keep my feet on the ground. Margaret admits to being frugal, and I can get carried away from time to time. So I think she'll be a great balance for me.
Norma will still be doing occasional freelance work for her own training and development company, and having a friendly community base around her is important. So she's picked her new destination with this in mind.
I'm a member of the Baha'i faith, so we have many communities around England, and particularly there's a large community in Warwickshire. So I know that were I to move to Warwick, I would instantly be established in a connected community, which is terrific.
Entertaining will be important to Norma in her new home, but she's also got a few creative hobbies she wants to immerse herself in.
I think being in the countryside, closer to the countryside than I am now, will really inspire me. And I'll likely want to paint in situ. I'll want to paint outdoors. And recently I noticed some basketry work was on the television, and it dawned on me that years ago I used to do that. And I'd love to see, you know, if there's willow work going on. So I'll be investigating that and seeing what's going on. I would imagine in that area, likely there would be some.
Even though Norma loves the home she has now, she also has a clear vision of how her house in the country must be.
In my mind's eye, I see the chocolate box cottage, you know, the rambling roses, and maybe even a picket fence. Inside the property, wood-burning stove would be a must for charm and effect, and preferably the bigger kitchen with room not so much for table and chairs, but a sofa. Now there's the dream.
With this picture-perfect home in mind, there just remains the matter of money.
The budget for this move is £300,000 max.
Norma is most interested in living in a village community close to the towns of Warwick and Leamington Spa. So she and her friend Maggie are meeting me in Warwickshire to give me a rundown on what she wants from her new rural home.
So, ladies, welcome to Warwickshire.
Thank you.
Very nice. Oh, it's a great pleasure. And the sun is shining.
in the sunshine.
Warwickshire's very happy to have you too.
Great.
Now, obviously, Norma, it's you that's moving.
Yes?
And Maggie, you're going to be giving moral support?
I am. I'm going to be giving moral support.
So tell me a little bit about the spec of the house that you're looking for. What is it that you're dreaming of?
I'm dreaming of my house that I live in now reappearing in Warwickshire.
In that case, remind us what your house in Walton-on-Thames has.
Right. Well, it's a little labourer's cottage. It's got 2 bedrooms. It's got a little conservatory, which I added.
I'm hearing little, that's good. Little.
Yes, I'm very modest in my taste.
And you need a garden.
I need a
Yeah,
garden.
definitely need a garden.
And what's your budget?
300,000 max.
Max.
Don't push me.
£300,000 is a big budget, but unfortunately here it gets squeezed a lot because it's an expensive place. We have found you 3, I think, really lovely properties.
Wow, I have no doubt. Let's go.
Brace yourselves.
Absolutely.
Follow me.
For her budget of £300,000, Norma is seeking a character home with roses round the door. It should also have a kitchen that's large enough to fit a sofa in, at least 2 bedrooms and a spacious, secluded, dog-friendly garden. We found 3 fantastic rural properties that we think Norma could really fall in love with. At each one, I'll be asking her and Maggie to guess the price before I reveal it. The last will be our mystery house, which could present Norma with an inside versus outside dilemma. But now, let's hit the road to our first property.
Now, Norma, you're not from England. I mean, you're Irish by descent.
Irish by birth.
Yeah. So what is it about this corner of England that attracts you?
It's near Wales.
So it's almost not England.
I very much enjoy Wales, but I'm afraid of the weather, and I have a feeling Warwickshire has slightly better weather. Plus, although I'm looking to leave London, I can still get to London should the mood take me, and all my good friends that live near where I live now.
We've made the journey just 6 miles southwest of Leamington Spa to the village of Barford. Set in beautiful dog-walking country, this lively village offers a choice of pubs for eating out, and some individual local shops, one of which is the community shop run by volunteers. We paid a visit to find out from Barford resident John Murphy what it's like to live here.
So Norma may or may not, I don't want to jump the gun, might be moving into Barford.
This would be of great interest to me. Can you tell me how you join or what happens a resident when they want to work here?
Well, it's a volunteer shop. It's
Right.
a community shop. So
Yes.
we have one employed manageress
Right.
and about 80 volunteers.
What else goes on in the village? Tell us a bit about Barford. What else can we do apart from run the village shop?
It's a very busy village. There are over 1,000 adult residents, about 600 houses, lots of clubs and organisations. It's a fantastic community village. It really is. If you don't like people, it's the wrong village. If you do like people, it might be the right village.
John, I need to get you at the beginning of every single house tour that I do. But I'm going to have to whisk these ladies away. But thank you very much
Real
for taking
pleasure.
time.
Thank you so
Nice to
much.
meet you. Hopefully you'll be seeing them again.
Yes.
Right, lovely
Fantastic.
to meet you. Thanks.
Our first offering is a real slice of history. A Grade 2 listed Elizabethan property that was originally 2 yeomen's cottages, with some surviving walls made from wattle and daub.
House number 1 is this thatched
Oh my
cottage.
gosh! You're joking.
Oh, Maggie.
Amazing,
Oh,
isn't it?
What are your first impressions? It's just the thatched cottage.
It's chocolate box.
It's chocolate box. It's. I
beautiful.
never thought that you'd find something like that. I must admit.
Alistair, my heart's pounding. It's absolutely sweet. May we go in, please?
It's just the facade I'm selling. Yes, of course we can. Let's go.
Teaser.
I couldn't have hoped for a better reaction to this gorgeous thatched cottage. And I know that as we take a look inside, Norma and Maggie will be thrilled by the huge amount of character features in this property.
Let's have a look at the main living space.
Wow, isn't that cute?
Oh, my goodness. It's a real piece of history.
It is, isn't it?
This is a slice of Elizabethan England for you.
Wow.
Is that a working fireplace?
It's a working flue, yes.
Yeah.
So at the moment it's a fireplace, but you could put your beloved log burner in there. if you
Sure.
want to.
Gosh, it'd be nice and warm, Norma.
And the windows and the lead. Gosh.
So, of course, it's quite small.
Yeah, it's fine. It's only me and my
Is it-
dog.
I think it's absolutely gorgeous, though.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely gorgeous.
It's certainly charming.
Yes.
And then we have to
Absolutely
see
charm-
would the charm wear off. But, yeah, I'd love to see more.
Well, there's not an awful lot more to see,
No.
but we're going to see the kitchen.
There's the kitchen, and then there's that little room at the front.
Right.
The small room at the front of the house is a useful study, which Norma had on her wish list. And we're about to deliver on another of her demands.
So, mind the step, mind your head.
Oh,
Oh wow!
goodness,
That's
this is a
such a nice space, isn't
unexpected space.
You thought it was going to be smaller?
I thought it was going to be twee.
it? Yes, I have to say that I was thinking when I was in there, gosh, I hope there's a dining room because.
Sure, of course,
And-
because it didn't really allow for dining space.
And
but
this
it's
is
here.
amazing.
It's
really-
interesting. Historically, this was a whole cottage, so a family of 7
This
lived
was this.
Just
in
fit
this
here.
side, yes. When the lady who owns it now moved in, it was a garage, and so she revealed all of these beams, decorated it all, and opened it all up and put it in the kitchen. There is, behind this is a separate
There's a
staircase.
second staircase.
to
And
go
that
up?
goes up into what essentially is a guest wing. So it's
Yes,
a
yes.
guest bedroom and a little ensuite.
Oh.
So I can let you explore the guest wing a little later.
Super.
Quite a tight staircase up there. So you have to have
might have a
slightly
bearing on
nimble
things.
guests.
Right.
But let's go and explore your bedroom.
Right. Great. After you, Maggie.
After me.
To reach Norma's sleeping domain, which is adjacent to a modern family bathroom, we're heading back through the sitting room and through a thumb-latched door up the other set of stairs, which are quite a tight fit. But that's what you get with period properties.
Oh, the history.
I know.
History is everywhere.
Just reeks of history. My goodness.
It's gently
look at
perfumed.
this.
Oh, I love this room.
Oh,
I love the colour. I like the little
bright and
stencil.
light, and the headroom here is.
Oh yeah,
More than you would
it's
expect.
a fantastic bedroom, Norma.
Wow.
The beams actually still have bark on them. They're not rustic.
Yes.
Quite unusual.
Is this a real house?
It is a real house. It's really for sale.
Oh, my. Thank you, Alistair.
My pleasure.
Is this it then? We don't bother with other houses, we leave it here.
We could well do.
Perhaps.
We could show you the garden.
Yes.
Talk about money.
Okay, oh, thank you.
This Elizabethan beauty is a win-win both upstairs and down, and the garden is equally charming. It's got everything Norma could want, such as outbuildings which could be converted into an art studio with the right permissions, plus a lawn at the end for her dog to run around safely in.
Come on into your garden.
Oh, wow. It's lovely.
Oh my goodness me.
Goodness.
So it goes on quite a long way right to the
Norma.
back. It's a long kind of ribbon of garden.
Oh, gosh.
So let's stop in this little patio area.
Alistair.
Is that what you were looking for?
Awfully close. Awfully, spookily close. It's fantastic.
The question is, can you afford it?
I'm going to guess $298.
Very specific. Maggie?
Well, I would have to say $299.
It's actually on the market for offers over £300,000. But if you've only got £300,000 to offer, then that's what you should offer.
Well, we're going to keep it on the
You're going to keep it on to see
on
the
the
others,
list.
haven't you?
It's,
Because you're...
it's just amazing.
Yes.
Well, what I'd like you to do is have a look
Yeah.
in these outbuildings and
Yes.
explore the end of the garden.
Yes,
And I will meet you at the front.
fabulous. Thank you.
On the market for offers on or above Norma's top budget of £300,000, this charming 16th century cottage definitely appears to have won her heart, with its cosy sitting room, a useful study, a sociable kitchen diner, 2 bedrooms, and a long dog-friendly garden with outbuildings.
I thought it was magic. It's a real country cottage, and it was in such a lovely village. It seemed to tick all the boxes from the outside.
Well, I was speechless. It was almost exactly what I ordered. Chocolate box cottage. Beautiful. I was delighted with the kitchen, because my own kitchen at the moment, you could only swing a ferret. This one, you could swing whatever you wanted. This is a definite contender.
Out you go, ladies.
Thank you.
So we're all done in this house.
Right.
Now brace yourself for house number 2.
All righty.
The Warwickshire landscape is defined by its ancient woodland. The Forest of Arden covered much of the northwest of the county at the time when the Domesday Book was written. Today the county has over 800 woods within its borders, and there are still many traditional craft skills relating to them. A prime example lies in the village of Stockton. Lawrence Neal has been using local wood and rushes for the past 46 years to create handmade chairs in his village workshop. And as Norma is keen on learning skilled crafts and would like to try rush weaving, we sent her and Maggie along for a hands-on experience.
Lawrence, I'm really interested in this. It's fascinating. You know, these beautiful chairs. How do you begin the process of creating such lovely?
Yeah, well, you start off with timber in the round, like small trees. You know, you split it down to a manageable size so that I can get it on my saw. And then I turn the back legs up, then they get bent and put into these frames. I boiled in the electric copper over there and put in the frames for about a week to dry out.
Mm-hmm.
These chairs are made in the tradition of the arts and crafts movement of the 1880s, when architect and designer Ernest Jimson revived the craft of making them from ash with seats made from rush. Lawrence gathers his rushes from the local rivers Avon and Lem in the summer and stores them in sheds to dry them out until he needs them.
Right, we're just going to do a little demonstration of how to do a rush seat now. These are the rushes, which have been damped the night before just to keep them supple.
Sure.
Just take a couple out to start the chair. You start in the corner and just... You don't tiny knots or anything, you just twist them in.
Twist it,
Twist it in, and then you start twisting the rush.
Ah,
And you always twist away from yourself.
yes.
Around the corner.
Twist away from yourself.
Yeah, you always keep the twist going the same direction. You know?
Yes.
Add another rush in if you need to.
How do you know when to
Yes,
add?
I was going to say, how do
Well,
you
it's just experience, really.
Yes, the feel of it.
You just know
Yeah.
when you need to add one to keep the strand the same size.
Oh,
really.
So you want the
Yeah,
strand to be the same
yeah,
size?
that's the real trick. Is
Combination of
is-
the twists.
yeah, and it's just picking up the right
is the
size rush,
thickness.
really.
Yeah, wow.
It's basically a very simple pattern of just sort of figure of 8 almost.
Yes.
You just go round and round and just
and then
work
it
your way
starts
to the
to
middle.
fill
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
Practice makes perfect, doesn't it? It's like anything, isn't it? You know.
The chap that used to work for us when I first started, he used to say that you had to do 100 seats before you could do a good one. You know?
Really?
But,
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd buy the 101st one then.
To complete one seat can take between 4 to 5 hours, depending on the quality of the rushes and, of course, the expertise of its weaver. So let's see how our enthusiastic novice gets on.
This is going to wrap under.
Yeah, go all the way under and then
All
back
the
up
way
to there, but
under.
you need to twist it more than that. Yeah,
Right,
just go
okay,
quite a
because
lot
it's
more.
too tight. It's too
Too
loose.
loose.
Too loose, yeah. You've got
Too
it a
loose.
little bit more. Yeah.
Because it's going to loosen
it.
in the twist.
That's it.
Yeah.
Now go underneath now. Take it
Now under I
underneath.
go.
As the rush in this traditional pattern is woven around the 4 seat rails, the end result is 4 distinct triangles in the seat.
Okay. I really love this. I can see, Lawrence, how once you're skilled at it, how you would get lost in it. It's wonderful.
Yes, it's a bit like meditation, isn't it, I would think.
Now that Norma and Maggie have been furnished with an insight into a skill that's woven into this county's craft heritage, there's no time to sit back as we forge ahead with our property search. We've travelled just over 12 miles south of Leamington Spa to the historic village of Loxley. Community life is based around the local pub and the 8th century church, which is adjoined by an ancient meadow, which is a protected site of special scientific interest. Lying opposite the pub, our second charming property puts Norma at the heart of village life, and dating back to the 16th century, is offset by a pretty front garden.
Come on down the path to house number 2. What do you think of this?
My goodness. Whoa. It's amazing. That's all I can say.
So this part is the older part. That's the 16th century.
Wow, is it?
And then this is a 1980s extension.
Gosh.
And this one has a lot of the garden out the front. Well, it's a very different offering inside because it feels more, well,
Yes.
I
You're
won't
not
steal
going to...
my thunder. I'll show you.
Right.
It's another instant hit with our second house, and inside we'll be able to deliver on what Norma has been longing for from a kitchen. Enough space for a sofa.
Enter your potential new kitchen.
Wow, this is
My.
funny, isn't it?
It's very bright
bright.
and spacious. Lovely.
Indeed, a very different sort of kitchen layout from the last one
From the
because
previous one, yes.
so this is a much bigger build. This is the 1980s extension.
Yes.
Quite sensitive, though.
Yes, because the beams.
Yes.
You could put a sofa here.
Sofa in the kitchen.
Yes, that's
yes,
what
you
said.
could. Exactly. You're
And they've got
meeting
the
my
radiator there.
specification. Excellent.
And through there's the sort of study. They've also got the kind of white goods, got the washing machine stuff. Could be a
Little
utility
utility,
room.
yes, nice. Obviously, need to see more.
You will see more through here.
Oh.
Ta-da!
Look at that. That's a huge
Goodness,
space,
look at
isn't
the
it?
size.
And there's a dining.
That is
Look at that
fantastic.
huge,
Maggie, look.
isn't it? I was
at the-
wondering where the dining bit
Yes.
was.
How interesting. And now we're going into the older.
Yeah, so this is the old part. So you can see that even though it's a long house, it's actually not a very wide house because you've got the entire width of the property here with windows on both sides.
And it has that
It
coziness
feels
that I
warm,
love.
doesn't it?
And what's nice is that it flows very nicely.
Yes.
Lovely little windows, original
I think it
windows.
flows too.
Deep window sills. You can see the
Nice wood.
depth of the wall.
Which I adore. I love this. Yeah.
And look how sunny and bright it is.
Oh, isn't
Oh,
it
wow.
gorgeous?
And this, Maggie, that's just marvellous.
I know, it's lovely, isn't it? You said you
Yeah.
wanted an enclosed fireplace.
Absolutely. I love that. It's all about charm,
It's
isn't
charm,
it?
isn't it?
My. Ooh.
Often in these historical properties, particularly when they've been extended, there's a compromise upstairs
Okay.
in terms of the layout.
This is a warning.
But in this house, not.
Oh, I thought you were going
Follow
to say
me.
it's a 1-through-1.
I'm such
Oh.
a tease.
You are.
You are such a tease, you scallywag.
There's certainly more than Norma and Maggie would expect upstairs, with a total of 3 bedrooms. One a very good-sized double, and the other a single, which Norma could use for her study, alongside a compact family bathroom. But we're heading for where Norma could be resting her head.
Come on in. So this is the 3rd bedroom.
Gosh.
Wow.
And this
That's
is the
a
master.
surprise.
3 bedrooms.
3 bedrooms.
And all of them really nice, good sizes,
This is a gorgeous room, isn't it?
high ceilings.
Yes, it is a high
Yes.
ceiling, isn't it?
But remember, this chimney stack is right above your log burner, so when that's going full tilt,
This is going to be warm.
it's like a radiator.
I like it.
I
very
like
much.
it too.
It's stunning.
Ah, sounds
Really
like another
stunning.
contender.
Unfortunately, yes.
Well, let's do the drill. Let's
We
go
will.
outside, talk about money.
All right.
Money, money, money.
While the house gives generously on space, the grounds are on the smaller side, although they are beautifully landscaped. There's a walled, terraced backyard for relaxing in, and a small lawn and plenty of planting at the front.
So as you can see, the lion's share of the garden is here at the front. But it's a very pretty garden.
It's beautiful,
Indeed.
isn't it? Absolutely gorgeous.
And a pub across the road.
There is a pub across the road. Is that good or bad?
Traffic. A little bit noisy comings and goings.
OK, so cars and revellers. Maybe the price will be the deciding factor. What
Okay.
do you think this property in this village is on the market for?
My guess would be 292,500.
Very precise. What about you, Maggie?
299?
Well, this property is actually marketed above your budget. It's on at 325.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
It's been on the market for a while, so they would definitely negotiate. But
Sure.
that is the price.
Okay. I'll take that on board.
OK, well, why don't you have a look around inside, peek into the places that you haven't had a chance to peek at, and
Sure.
I will see you later on.
Thank you.
OK, thank you.
Do that.
Granted, at £325,000, this generous property does tip over Norma's budget. However, as the owners are open to a conversation, a lesser offer could well bring it within reach. It provides her with a large reception area with log burner, a kitchen big enough for her sofa, 3 bedrooms, one of which she could use as a study, and beautifully landscaped gardens.
Well, my impression of this house is it's got fantastic downstairs. It's got a really good flow. I think it's very charming.
I was very surprised when Alistair took us across the road at the size of the property. I thought, is it the first part? Oh no, it's the whole thing. That really took me by surprise. And then when the door opened into the dining room and lounge, it took my breath away. The garden in the front is a beautiful garden, not useful for me with the dog. It would need to be dog-proofed, but nonetheless very, very pretty.
It's turned out a nice day, but it's the end of the day.
Indeed.
We've seen 2 properties today, and we've got 1 more tomorrow.
Terrific.
Let's
Looking
rest.
forward to it.
As the sun sets over the beautiful Warwickshire countryside, it marks the end of a very exciting and enthusiastic day of house hunting. With a budget of £300,000, recently retired Norma has decided to make a move from the London commuter belt to the peace of the Warwickshire countryside. And she's brought along her friend Maggie to help her judge the houses we're showing her. So far they've been in raptures over a thatched Elizabethan property and impressed with the size of the rooms in a house with rather less outside space. But coming up, Norma's looking on the bright side at the mystery house.
Yes, plenty big enough for me. Yes.
Good.
Yes, because it's a pub across the road where I can go and dine.
And I find out more about a heritage seed project that we can all get involved in.
Day 2. And usually at this point, I'm filled with joy that we've picked the right mystery house. However, with Norma, she's a lady who knows her mind. And yesterday afternoon, she was very clear that she didn't want to live opposite a pub and she wasn't going to settle with a smaller garden for more space. Now, the mystery house might be quite close to a pub and actually might give her lots of livability with less garden. So I'm hoping that the goodness of her heart will give us the benefit of the doubt.
Our mystery property lies 9 miles south of Leamington Spa in the village of Lighthorn. Set in a valley, this community has a Grade 2 listed church with an 18th century tower and a good pub which serves traditional food. The pretty village green is a focus for local life where Norma could walk her dog and have an impromptu chat with her neighbours. The pub is, for better or worse, opposite our mystery property, a Cotswold stone build dating back for the most part to the 1700s, and originally a cowshed, to which a story was added in the 19th century. While it looks large from the outside, there's a certain amount of compromise in the land that comes with it.
And the mystery house, quite controversially, is this one here.
Oh, okay. It looks big.
It's big.
Wow.
It's big, and controversially, it's right opposite the pub.
A pub.
A pub.
Yeah, a different kind of pub, perhaps.
Oh, I'm liking that when you say that, because we
Yes.
didn't know that you were quite so averse to pubs. Concentrating on the house, this is, I think, a great property for you. It's a good mystery house.
Oh.
But what do you think of the house from the outside?
Oh, I like it.
I like it too.
It's character. I like the colour of the window frames. That green is attractive. Yeah. The sturdiness.
What do you think, Maggie?
I think it's lovely, actually. I really like it. I like the stone.
Should we look inside?
Sure, there's
Shall
a
we?
super
Let's.
atmosphere to this little area.
It's
So
got
let's,
a good feel, hasn't
yeah,
it?
I
beautiful
like it.
feel.
Let's look inside.
Great.
Thankfully, Norma doesn't seem concerned about the proximity of a pub. And as we step through the front door into the hall-cum-dining area, I think she and Maggie will like the atmosphere inside the house too.
It's very tasteful.
What are your
isn't
first
it?
impressions?
Yeah. And the beams.
Yeah.
Original.
I love it.
Love it?
You love it, Maggie.
I do. Yeah, I love it.
I think what's nice about this house, and there are lots of nice things about this
Yeah.
house, is that it's a bit bigger,
Yeah, it looks on the outside.
and it's got 3 very good usable spaces. Through
Of course,
here,
Yes.
lovely big sunny sitting room.
Oh, it's lovely.
Oh, it's delightful.
It is lovely, isn't it? Oh, lovely.
Unusual shape, it's a sort of triangular
It's
room,
attractive.
but around this lovely big hearth
Yes.
with a working fireplace. So we're also dealing with the much higher ceilings. I mean, this is a Victorian sort of 19th century edition. So you've got a picture rail, higher ceilings, bigger windows.
Yes, I like the picture rail. In fact, I grew up with a picture rail. It's kind of nice to have something familiar.
Right, well, this is
Right.
the sitting room.
Yes.
We've still got the kitchen to look at.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
So far, the original features and fireplace are giving Norma and Maggie a warm glow. The kitchen, however, won't fit a sofa as Norma would like, but it does have many other redeeming elements.
Lovely wooden lintel.
Isn't it lovely?
And then step down into this
And now.
Beautiful floor.
nice black slate. So this is the
Very.
one thing that the present owner has put in. He's
It's
done
beautiful.
a big revamp of the kitchen.
Yes. He's done almost exactly what I've done in my kitchen.
Ah, great.
It's lovely.
Is
I
it-
love the 2 windows.
Is it big enough?
Yes, plenty big enough for me. Yes.
Good.
Yes, because it's a pub across the road where I can go and dine.
So that's everything downstairs.
Yes.
Upstairs we have 3 bedrooms.
Woo!
Let's have a look.
Golly. I do like this kitchen, Maggie.
Yes, I do.
So far, so good downstairs.
Nice, steady staircase. I like this.
And upstairs should continue the positive theme as there are 3 bedrooms, one more than Norma was after. One bedroom is reasonably sized, and another is currently set up as a convenient office. And they all share a modern tiled family bathroom. But I'm going to show them where Norma could be sleeping.
Right at the top of the stairs you've got, well, the master bedroom.
Right. Pretty colour on the
Oh,
walls.
it's nice.
Fabulous window.
Isn't it lovely?
They're wonderful.
Fabulous
You could move into those cupboards.
You could. There's room for a small family. The compromise is the outside space. You've already guessed that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's go and deal with
Okay,
that.
let's have a look. Break my heart.
After you.
Well, I hope that the garden here isn't going to be a deal breaker, let alone a heartbreaker. But it will take a bit of work for it to be made dog friendly.
But the compromise, as I'm sure you've guessed, is that this is your garden.
Yeah.
It's a very small little garden at the front here, and is that a deal breaker?
For me, it's like a safety for the dog.
Well, the mystery house is always a bit of a gamble. But I suppose we do need to know how much it costs. Maggie, what do you think it's on the market for?
Well, I've been low in the last 2 houses, so I'm going to up my price, and I think it's worth 315,000.
Really? Wow. I'd come in at the 293,500.
I love the precision of your guesses. So very precise, but so very wrong.
Both of us.
Maggie, you are absolutely on the money. It's on the market at £315,000.
Get you, girl.
So do have a look inside. Have a look around and I'll see you at the front.
Okay, Maggie, let's have a look.
Priced at £315,000, our well-situated mystery house nudges over Norma's budget, but as it's currently a buyer's market, she's in a strong position to make a competitive offer. It has a cosy reception room with period features, a large modern kitchen, 3 bedrooms, one set up as a study, and although the garden is small, the village green is just a stone's throw away.
I thought it was really lovely. I really liked it. I like the village it's in. You can walk in and it feels as though there's a good flow to it. And there's lots of windows and you've got good views.
There's a wonderful ambience in here. There's a familiarity. It's charming. The interior of this house, there's nothing to complain about. But the garden would take a little bit of work to dog-proof. It's a glorious door.
Lovely door.
Lovely door.
You can shut it behind you, that'd be great. Time
Thank
for
you.
us to regroup. You've seen all your houses, time to think.
Indeed.
In a leafy part of Warwickshire, not far from the city of Coventry, lie 10 acres of display gardens, which are all managed entirely organically. This is the headquarters of the National Charity for Organic Growing, which opened its Ryton Gardens site back in 1986 to advise visitors on every aspect of organic horticulture. It's also the home of a project that's proving vital in preserving our vegetable heritage. It's thought that since the 1970s, some 2,000 varieties of vegetable have been lost here in the UK, mainly due to the standardisation of our vegetable types by supermarkets, seed companies and the EU. Since 1991, the Heritage Seed Library has been amassing the seeds of around 800 rare and endangered vegetable varieties that would otherwise have been lost forever. I've come to meet Chief Horticultural Officer Bob Sherman, who's going to show me some of the preservation in action.
I can see here, these are all run to seed. Now, usually in a garden we would have dead-headed all these.
Yes, or eaten them, preferably, if they're vegetables. But we want to show people in this display just what seeding vegetables might look like. You've got a whole variety of things here. You've got carrots in the foreground.
These
here.
are carrots?
These carrots here. And then the bigger, taller things in the back, those are parsnips.
Oh, it's amazing, because you would never let them go to seed.
You wouldn't, and some of them are, it's extraordinary. The
Really?
flowers of
The
beetroot
flowers?
smell like sweet peas.
Really? See, that's extraordinary. And I suppose because we are so used to just thinking that they just come in a packet.
Yes, but this is growing it yourself. This is nature in the raw.
Back in the heyday of, let's imagine, a golden era of gardening, would people have let things go to seed and then collected the seeds and then planted them again?
At one time, it was the only way to get seeds. I mean, seed companies are a modern invention relative throughout the history of agriculture. Seed companies only start to appear in the 18th century and then reach their peak in the 19th century when there were just loads. What has happened is, of course, that commerce has meant that everything's shrunk down to the biggest, most successful players, and there are far fewer seed companies than there used to be.
As the charity can't physically grow every type of vegetable, they also rely on people they call seed guardians, a network of around 200 volunteers who take on the responsibility of producing the seeds for them. And it's also volunteers like Rob here who sort the 40,000 packets of seeds, which are annually distributed to the charity's 8,000 members. Over the decades, many varieties have been dropped from popular seed catalogues. The Seed Library collection contains many of these, but also a large number of family heirloom varieties. I went to sample one such variety with the help of a volunteer, Sally.
This is Mr. Gupta's mustard. It's a traditional.
Indian?
Yes.
Guessing by Mr. Gupta.
Yes, it's used in the Punjabi recipe. It's a very traditional thing.
Now, is it called Mr. Gupta's because Mr. Gupta sent it in?
Yes, he gave it us. He gave it seed
That's
of us.
great. So say I've got Mr. Gupta's delicious mustard. What do we do? What's the procedure? I harvest a bit, dry them, and then send them in to you?
If you think you've got something interesting that we may not have, then send them in as clean and as dry as you can. We will then check them out, grow them to see what they're like and to see that they're truly different and interesting, and we want the backstory if we can get it too, because that's all part of the history and the heritage, and then we will make them available to other people.
And so the library goes on.
It does.
What's great about this scheme is that it directly involves our nation of gardeners in nurturing and sharing rare vegetable varieties, ensuring they remain part of our country's horticultural heritage.
I'm sorry to have to leave, but I do have to go and find my home buyer and find out what she's been thinking. But it's been a great day.
It's been great to have you here.
Norma and Maggie, it's been a joy showing you around Warwickshire. A joy. And I think we've shown you some nice houses.
Very nice houses.
They've all
wouldn't you
been
agree?
exceptional,
Yeah.
without
Beautiful.
fail, all of them.
Let's spin back the clock and look at the houses one by one.
Yes.
The first house yesterday morning, that was the Thatch cottage.
Yes. Simply beautiful. Absolutely what I ordered.
Chocolate box, very English.
Delightful.
And what about the rooms inside?
I found them very charming. Slightly larger than I expected. I didn't think they'd be more closed in.
What about the gardens?
Well, the garden is the thing that made the house, I think. I feel that if the garden hadn't been so spectacular, I think it might not have rated quite as highly.
The house was superb, but the garden topped it off.
Yes.
Delightful.
So for the second house, we took you to another very nice village. You had reservations about the location.
I did. In terms of approaching the house, I was pleasantly pleased with the expanse of it. Very sweet garden, everything was great. But the fact it was situated directly across from a pub concerned me a little bit. Noise factor.
What about the inside of the property? Because it seemed a different layout from the first one.
More spacious in some areas, very beautiful, very attractive.
Very attractive.
Yeah. on the
Very
inside.
sunny.
Yes.
But I did find that, again, the ceilings were very low.
So the mystery house had high ceilings.
Yes.
Which pleased you.
Yes, it did. I really liked the atmosphere in that house. I felt that I could live in that house from a personal point of view.
Sure.
But I knew that the garden was going to be a no-no for...
A deal breaker. It was very welcoming and felt very much immediately like a family home, which it is. And the interior, fantastic, really nice.
Now, looking at all three properties, what have you taken from the week?
Well, I will revisit that first house.
So the first house you might act on.
I'll take some action. I've got to find out how much it would cost to rethatch it, and then based on that being manageable over the years, I'm arranging a revisit.
Well, I wish you all the best. It has been a real pleasure because you've both got lots to say about all the properties, and it's been really interesting taking you to these villages, which, as I say, are new to you. And I hope that you move in soon.
Big thanks to you and the team.
Yes, it's been great. Thank you.
Well, I have to say, Norma, she kept us on our toes this week, because although she had a healthy budget, £300,000 is a lot of money, it does get stretched when you get close to Leamington Spa. So I'm quite proud that we managed to find her that thatch cottage that I think will be a dream property. If you've enjoyed our escapades here in rural Warwickshire, then do join us next time for more Escape to the Country.
If you'd like to escape to the country in Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland or England and need our help, please apply online at bbc.co.uk/be on a show.